I can say that you are passing through same 5 year experience, 4 5 year experience of RTI, which same age we were passing in 2010-11. So lot of success stories were coming because of RTI Act, and number of persons from the grassroots level up to the top level, they were filing RTI applications. But gradually, I can say with my experience that by the time we have learned how to use RTI, the persons who are there to deal with our applications, means government machinery, they have learned how to deny the application. And I can say before Mr. Sinha here that our CIC also often I have found not much helpful in those cases. So, with this all, I can't say that RTI is not useful. RTI is very much useful. RTI is becoming stronger day by day. RTI has become like a lifeline in the Indian society. And I can say with my experience that despite a perception, I can say which may be a wrong perception that present government is against RTI. Nobody from the powerful classes, our prime minister, our president of India, not even former prime minister who implemented RTI Act, and which whose government most suffered because of RTI Act, they did not even criticize RTI Act in India. Nobody can criticize publicly. That is the power of RTI in India. But if we can see global experience, you must have heard about Mr. Tony Blair, who implemented RTI, means Freedom of Information Act in UK in 2005. And when he left his office, he said he said in his autobiography that it was a great mistake he committed by implementing the Freedom of Information Act. But there is nothing from Indian Prime Minister, former Prime Minister. Nobody has criticized openly. But the fact is that as I said, that by the time we have learned how to use RTI, our government machinery, they have learned how to decline the applications. So as a journalist, I can tell you that I have so far filed more than 10,000 RTI applications, and these all were for search of some news. And I can also say that I did not find 10,000 stories from those applications, but there were number of stories. I can give you some examples. Like last year, when the country was locked down because of the COVID-19, you must have read that on 24th March 2020, there was lockdown imposed in India. Our Honorable Prime Minister, he announced a creation of a Prime Minister's Care Fund, PM Care, announcement of that lockdown. And that was created as a trust. Honorable Prime Minister is trustee. Some other ministers are trustee, but that was claimed that it will not be covered under RTI. Okay. So when we filed RTI, I also filed RTI to Prime Minister's office. I was told that this is not covered under RTI. But now just see how a journalist should work, and how a journalist need to work on to get some information of such a crucial public interest issue. I filed more than 400 applications to all public sector undertakings in my country, all the academic institutions, means central universities, IITs, IIMs, and all the central ministries, that how much money you contributed. Finally, gradually I got the information from number of offices, and I published a 7-8 part series out of that information. The information of funding to the PM Cares Fund, which was not being provided from the Prime Minister's office, claiming that it is not covered under RTI. I got finally, and our my newspaper, we published it, but I needed to file 400 RTI applications. Can you imagine? So that is how a journalist need to work when we want to crack some information. And one thing here, I was listening all your presentations. I was seeing that suo motu public disclosure. So as a journalist, I can say, I don't know how many of participants here are journalists. Our work is not done through the public disclosure. The information which is disclosed publicly, it cannot be always helpful for me as a journalist. I always try to get something which is not in public, and which should be something exclusive. So for that information, I can say that for a journalist, it is becoming very much difficult in India to get the information. The same officers which were providing me the information during initial 4-5 years of implementation of the RTI Act, they were happily providing the information. But now the same type of information, same type of officials, same offices, when it reaches to them, and they always try to deny it. And what happens after that? After that, I have to file first appeal at our the superior, mostly one rank superior to that CPIO. So they always, mostly they go with the CPIO. When it reaches to add second appeal to the Honorable CIC here, so it even if information is provided, it takes nearly 2 years to get listed our cases. So and I can tell you with my experience that now there are around 120 countries where there is some type of RTI Act. Somewhere it's RTI Act, somewhere it's Freedom of Information Act, somewhere it's Access to Information Act. But resistance from the governments is almost everywhere like this. Like in India, we amended RTI Act 2 years back. Mr. Sinha knows it, that by those amendments, government reduced the rank and uh, some powers of information commissioners. So it is everywhere, almost everywhere. I can say, because I am usually in touch with journalists using RTI in several countries. In Europe, there is a very strong organized group of journalists who use RTI for journalistic work. That is called wobbing. They call it wobbing. So there are group of very strong group of such journalists who organize conferences every year. They invited me also twice in Brussels. So their experience is also same, and there is resistance from governments everywhere wherever the RTI Act is there. And I can tell you that to save the RTI, I know the RTI Act is for ordinary citizen, and I, as a journalist, I am using RTI because I am a citizen of India, and that is my right as a citizen. But to get enacted RTI in India, it was media which fought regularly since 1975. We were fighting when our honorable Supreme Court, they said that right to know is a part of our freedom of speech and expression, which is granted under 19 Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution of India. So media was fighting, and before this RTI, this particular RTI Act was implemented in mid-90s. The Press Council of India, uh, uh, it it had drafted Freedom of Information Act, which was with some changes enacted by the government of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee but that those rules were not implemented, and again new RTI Act was implemented in 2005. So media was behind all this RTI implementation in India. But I can say that with some exceptions, our media in India, we have a very vibrant India, vibrant media. You all know that, but media generally did not use RTI Act up to the expected level. They always depend on some users, some social civil society groups, like I think Venkatesh Nayak is here. He provides newspapers. Earlier there were some RTI activists in India. Gradually they are missing from the scene because getting information is becoming very difficult. So, so all of you, I don't know how many of you are journalists here. I request all the journalists to use the RTI and don't bother how many applications you have filed, and don't be disappointed if your one or two or three applications are rejected. Keep filing, because RTI Act will be saved only if we journalists, we civil society persons, we use it in public interest. And it is all, of course, for the ordinary citizen. RTI was for citizen of India. But I can say that to get the ration card, to get the driving license, to get the school admission, this is also best use of RTI. But that is not all a purpose of RTI. We in India have reformed the system very effectively through RTI in last since 2005 when it was implemented. I have number of case studies, like I told you, PM CARES Fund here in India. Now you can see the assets of ministers, union ministers, states ministers, and bureaucrats. Everybody's declarations, even of the High Court judges and Supreme Court judges, those mostly those are in public domain, and if they are not in public domain, you can find it under RTI Act. So number of changes which we could not have imagined before RTI, that this information will be provided by the government. Now we are getting under RTI, or it is already available in the public domain because of RTI Act. So with some exceptions, I'm little what can I say? I can't say disappointed, because I don't have filed so much second appeals to Information Commission. My strategy is always to file new application with uh, little newly framed applications, so that I can get the information easily. But problems are there everywhere, and I don't know what is the provision in Sri Lanka, but here in India, very recently, our Chief Information Commissioner, he retired and he was appointed as Lieutenant Governor of a newly created state. So I don't have any personal problem with them, but I can say that we should avoid these things just to make the Information Commission independent, and to make it pro RTI user. Then there are problems like Mr. Sinha told here that there are frivolous applications, but I can say, sir, that gradually those people are coming out from the them, and now majority of the users are genuine users, I can say, because whenever I meet commissioners like Mr. Sinha and others, I always ask that what is the percentage of appeals you get, and you can say that you are sure that this is frivolous appeal, and this user is not genuine. So there are hardly, I can't say it's even 1% of the total appeals. So in the vast country like India, it this all is related to your education level. Sir, I agree that sometimes there is misuse. If anybody files an RTI in the Ministry of External Affairs and asks that please tell me what is the process of issuing passports. So this is of course a misuse of the RTI and misuse of wastage of time of both sides. And if somebody asks from the Prime Minister's office that please tell me how many statues of Mahatma Gandhi are installed in the entire country. So this is of course wastage of time of both sides. But those type of applications are very few, and I can say that RTI has uh, given a great power to Indian people, Indian media, but I am disappointed with the media that it is not using up to the expected level. And I am glad to see some of the stories I was following from the Sri Lankan friends, which they have explored the information through RTI, and I really appreciate your efforts, and I'm sorry that with some exceptions, when RTI Act was implemented, they started RTI bureaus. They appointed some journalists who can file RTI applications to get the information from the government machinery. But gradually, they all are missing because you need much hard work, much patience, much persistence to get some information from the government machinery. As I say initially, that they are getting more trained that how to hide the information, how to decline the information. So it's their job. But as a journalist, I will request you, all of the journalists here, to keep filing applications on new and new ideas, like what I do. If I can tell you, I don't have any complaint with this government in India, because I'm filing since 2005, and the same government of Mr. Manmohan Singh, when within few years, very exciting information was coming out from the Prime Minister's office, but within few years, they started to decline the same type of information because they thought it's not good. So our Prime Minister's office, our Cabinet Secretariat, Rashtrapati Bhavan, they gradually started declining the information. So what I suggest to the journalists is to just open new forums. I In India, we have more than 670 districts. So I at least thrice I file RTI to all the districts. So what I do, I file applications to state governments, to central universities, to IITs, to various universities, just to get new idea and file RTI. So you have also a big country and number of government offices are there. It's not possible for a prime minister or president of India or Sri Lanka to decline the information from every government office. They can hold their own office information. So I request all the journalists, so please keep filing. You will get stories, and once you get the story, you will be happy. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, I am ready to answer.